Steve Vizard was one of the leading lights of the great age of Australian comedy in the late 1980s into the 1990s. He won a Gold Logie, had a TV show 5 nights a week, and a successful radio talkback show. Alongside this, he had a successful business career, including as a director of Telstra. Around 2001, he discovered that his accountant had been systematically stealing from him, and at the accountant's trial, the accountant made accusations that Vizard had engaged in insider trading in the year 2000. Vizard had been aware of Telstra's intention to buy and sell shares in certain technology companies. He bought those shares first, intending to make a profit. He didn't actually make any money because the share prices plunged during the stock market tech wreck in 2000. But the principle remains the same. Directors are fiduciaries and cannot use their position in this way. ASIC ultimately proceeded against Vizard on the basis of what are called in corporations law civil offences. These are regulatory offences with lower punishments than criminal offences, but which only need to meet the civil standard of proof. The offences were proven, and in sentencing, Justice Finkelstein clearly felt that Vizard was getting off lightly. He said, "The defendant was a director of Telstra, one of Australia's largest companies. He owed his position to the belief that he was honest and capable. Highly confidential information came his way in his capacity as a director. He used that information for the purposes of benefiting himself and his family. This was both dishonest and a gross breach of trust." Not only that, the defendant well knew that what he was doing was wrong. His breach of trust was carefully concealed and was only discovered by chance. Everything was done for personal gain. There was no element of need on the defendant's part. By all accounts, the defendant is a very wealthy man. Perhaps from his perspective, the amounts the defendant stood to gain were not enormous, but most members of the community will think otherwise. From this case, we obtain an example of ASIC proceeding with civil offences and a confirmation that while directors are entitled to be paid handsomely for their work, they must not use their position for improper private gain. Vizard received substantial fines and was banned as a company director for 10 years.